Good afternoon, I'm TK, and this is TK's video blog. Good to have you with us, good to see you all again. Welcome. Alright, now that we got out of the way, let's get right down to it, shall we? Review our movie of the day. This week's movie is DC League of Super Pets. The movie stars Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, Kevin Hart, Kate McKinnon, John Krasinski, Vanessa Bayer, Natasha Lyonne, Diego Luna, Keanu Reeves, Thomas Middleditch, and Ben Schwartz, among others, in a very talented cast. So, what's the movie about? Well, the plot of the movie is really quite entertaining, and the movie itself is quite surprising with how good it is. A bit more on that later. But for right now, the plot of the movie is simply this. The movie follows Superman's dog, Krypto the Superdog, and a shelter dog named Ace, who would become Batman's dog eventually, as they work together with other animals with superpowers to help save captured superheroes, including, of course, Krypto's owner, Superman, and Batman from Lex Luthor, and Lulu, his pet. So a very interesting and a very entertaining plot there for sure. So, let's talk about the movie a little more in depth now, shall we? So the plot of the movie is an interesting plot indeed, having Krypto the Superdog team up with Ace, who would become Ace the Bat Hound, Batman's dog, Batman's pet, to save DC superheroes who have been captured by Lex Luthor and his pet Lulu, a guinea pig, which I didn't mention that earlier, but Lulu is indeed a guinea pig, which makes it even funnier. But having that dynamic, having those two team up to save the captured DC superheroes, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Green Lantern, etc., having that happen is very interesting, very cool to see, and it's a simple story, it's a silly story, but it actually kind of works. There's a lot of heart, a lot of emotion, it's really entertaining, there's a lot of throwbacks and callbacks to other DC works, and if you're a comic book fan or a DC fan in general, they're just a real treat to see. I really enjoyed them myself, and they're just really fun and entertaining. And overall, the plot, it jives well together, great continuity, and just really works. I really enjoyed it for sure. Now, the casting of the movie. The casting is interesting. It's very well cast. But so Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, as Krypto, he makes sense, but he doesn't. But he actually works when you see the finished product. Now, Kevin Hart, I was a little bit concerned about. I wasn't sure if he was going to fit because he's very comedic, he's very funny, and he kind of has a lighter voice and his tone and everything. But that being said, when you see the movie, he actually works as Ace the Bat Hound really well. I'm really surprised, but he works. And the dynamic between him and Dwayne Johnson, really good. Spot on, great chemistry, great humor, great heart, great emotion there. Really fun to watch that for sure. Now, Kate McKinnon as Lulu, the guinea pig, Lex Luthor's pet. So first of all, I want to clarify from earlier, she was an animal experimented on at LexCorp, but by extension, she was Lex Luthor's pet. Wanted to clear that up. But anyhow, her as the main villain. First of all, having a guinea pig as the main villain, hilarious, really funny. Second of all, a lot of heart, a lot of emotion in her role, a lot of humor, so that was great too, really great casting there as well. Now, Keanu Reeves as Batman and John Krasinski as Superman, I mean, again, really good casting, not in it much, but they are really good for the parts they're in. So overall, the casting, it's very well done, very well cast, there's a lot of believability in the roles, and the believability factor, you've heard me talk about that all season long, that's important in any cast. And really, you want to believe what the cast is selling, what they're saying on the screen. If you do, you're going to connect with the movie, it's going to come across better, and I think it really does in this case. So the casting, really high marks there for sure as well. Now, as far as the music in the movie goes, the music fits the whole superhero theme, superhero tone, so that's great. But there are two Taylor Swift songs in the movie, Bad Blood, redone Taylor's version, and that is kind of at a part where Krypto is having some bad feelings towards Superman, some hurt feelings, and that kind of works, it kind of fits. The end credit song is another Taylor Swift song, Message in a Bottle, and that kind of works. It's got a good beat to it, got a good rhythm, got a good hook, really catchy, and it just really works overall. So the music, really well done, it really fits overall for sure. Now, the editing in the movie. Now, editing is a very big thing for me. I'm an editor myself, as you know. So it's an animated movie, the editing is a little bit different, but overall, it's really well done. Good continuity, good flow, good pacing, good rhythm. Really, it makes sense, so the editing I give really high marks to as well. Overall, the story, it makes sense. It's kind of silly, but it's very entertaining. There's great character development throughout, which I didn't mention earlier, but there is really great character development throughout this movie, which I love. That's a great thing to see in a movie, just so fun to watch. So that's great there as well. The plot makes sense, casting works, music works, editing works, everything jives well in it, great flow, it's not too long, it's not too short. It just is really great, seeing all the callbacks and throwbacks to other DC movies, DC works, comics and stuff. That's really great too, especially for a comic book fan, as I said earlier, or a DC movie fan or DC fan in general. So those are a real treat to see for sure. Really, everything works in the movie, and it's really just a surprisingly good movie. Really good indeed. So, all that being said, the moment of truth has arrived now. What would I give the movie out of 20, and would I recommend it to you all? Well, I don't think this is going to come as a huge surprise based on how I've talked about this movie, but I'm going to give the movie a 20 out of 20, a very strong and a very confident 20 out of 20. And I'll tell you why. Because everything works in it. It's kind of surprising because seeing the trailers, hearing about it, it sounds silly, it sounds stupid, and maybe it is to a degree, but it actually works. There are some great throwbacks in it, great callbacks in it, great references, great casting, great editing, great plot, great story. Everything makes sense, good continuity, great character development, great chemistry with the cast, which is also great to hear and see. So overall, really everything jives well in it. It's a really funny movie, really fun time. There's a lot of heart, a lot of emotion, and just really entertaining. I really, really enjoyed it, and I would absolutely recommend watching it. It's a 20 out of 20 for sure. Probably one of my strongest 20 out of 20s ever. One of my strongest, highest scores, perfect scores ever on this video blog. Definitely a 20 out of 20, and I would absolutely recommend watching it for sure. Alright, well, looking at my watch, it looks like we're about out of time. So please, until next week, remember I'm pointing in the comment section now. Remember all season long I want to hear from you. What do you like about this blog? What don't you like about this blog? What could I do differently in this blog? All the good stuff and then some. I'd really, really love to hear from you all. I really, really would. Also, please remember, all season long you can comment, reach out, recommend a movie, TV show, book, song, album for me to review, and I might just review for you all right here on TK's video blog. Now, I can't always promise you you'll like the review or agree with everything I have to say in the review. What I will promise you all is this. I will always keep it fair, and I will always keep it honest. That is my commitment to you all, as always. So, with that all being said, until next week, take care, be safe, and goodbye, everyone. Have a great weekend. I'll see you right back here next week.